Welcome, my friends, to Brompton Cemetery. A cemetery seat today at one of the magnificent 7, which is known for being the outer rim of 7 cemeteries, which I am aiming to meet and greet all of them. So, if you would like to come with us now and have a look at, I have paper and notes, so excuse me, at this 1840, that was when it was opened. And there is apparently 205,000 burials here, so that's many. We came here before but weren't able to actually film, so it's really good weather today, and I would like to go around and look at quite a few of the famous graves, which it's known for many different famous people being buried here, and get inspiration from this cemetery. So as we're going around, we'll go to the circle in the centre that's got the domed roof tomb that's in the centre there, and the catacombs around the outside. So come with us now as we go investigate the rest of this sunny, beautiful day at this Brompton Cemetery. Come with us now! To start with, we have Robert Coombs' grave, where all of the extremely well sculpted people have no heads. Why no heads? Anybody know why? No heads. Ah, no heads. No, you don't. If I could help it. Is actually famous for being filmed in Eastern Promises, as the Chelsea football ground, as such of an eyesore that it is close behind, but this stretch here is where the character walks down and gets beaten up at one of the graves, as pleasant as that is. So we'll just walk down this little jaunty area here and have a look at some quite awesome graves here. Many of them being crosses. If you have a look how many crosses there are. Tons of them. And perfect for filming, that's for sure. So we're going to take a walk around the outer ring now. It's pretty impressive in this lighting as well, don't you think, Matty?
It is. It's a good day to be here.
Definitely. The sun is shining perfectly through all of it. So let's take a trip through it now. Famous people that used to visit here was Beatrix Potter, who got a lot of the names for her characters from the gravestones, including Mr. Nutkins and Mr. Brock, Mr. Todd, and Peter Rabbit, who actually became Peter Rabbit, as you can see. If we do come across any of the graves, then I'll have a little filmy of them, but just in case I don't, just whilst we're walking around the outside columbarium, which just down there, we just walked past it, is the entrance to the catacombs, which you do need to go on a tour to see those, unfortunately. That's a good shot right there, behind me. Oh, and back this way. Let's back up to the dome. Let's go have a look at the catacombs, shall we? In this corner of the cemetery, you have a Native American Sioux chief named Long Wolf, and the child White Star, 17 months old. They both were from the Buffalo Bill Wild West show that was doing a European tour of this area of the world, and they both unfortunately passed away and were buried here. On the gravestone you can see a wolf, and at the bottom there, which has the name. They were buried here in 1892. But 105 years later, Elizabeth Knight traced his family and had his body returned back to South Dakota in 1997. So I thought that was quite a remarkable stone that has outlasted many of the others. All the others are of a different colour stone, and you can tell this one's been here a lot longer. So definitely notable to have a look at. Long Wolf's headstone. And bottom, just get around here. This is the bottom there. Long Wolf and Star. The whole grave's covered in lavender actually, which is lovely. And we've got another entrance here to the catacombs underneath. The door's open quite a bit, so come along with me whilst we see why the door is open. They're all empty. What's it like inside?
Yeah, it sounds inside. No, what's going on?
Because the other one's empty, scarily.
No. There's some stuff at the side. Why is it covered up?
Yeah, it's all bricked up, these side ones. So obviously the catacomb trip that you can take underneath here goes around the whole columbarium, but underneath, so you can see underneath this.
Does it look like it goes around to the side?
Yeah. I'll go on it one day. The crazy ones here, that it's unmarked, and I was looking for the grave of Hannah Courtois, but I can't seem to find any marking on it. But it's like a giant tomb, squared tomb. It's unmarked, and there's another just over this way, so we're going to have a look at that one too, but you can sneak a peek inside since the top of it is open. There's the other one that was a very suspicious tomb looking shape, but it's a lieutenant. There's quite a few military graves here, and this one's pretty nice. With cannonballs on it. It's pretty cute.
Missing.
Yeah, with one missing. Who stole that one? Why? So we have found Hannah Courtois' grave after a wonderful procession just went by with white horses, as you just saw that. This amazing grave here, as you can see, it's a giant tomb. Giantest tomb you ever did see. A lot of the graves surrounding apparently have like an Egyptian theme to them, so we'll go and have a look around the skirting of it in a minute. A lot of people did joke about it being a time machine because of its shape. Isn't that crazy? There's actually a crack in one side, and somebody said it was because it had gone through time and some of the brick had chipped off. We do not know this is true.
Rule it out.
We weren't there, were we? So we don't know. Anyway, come with us now as we go check it out. So a little bit of info here, because obviously there's a lot that basically goes on about this grave. Research it yourself, but the occupants are a trio of spinsters whom nothing is really known about them. Howard Webster began researching the origins of this and believes that the 20-foot tall building was a Victorian time machine built by Samuel Warner, who invented the torpedo. He is buried in an unmarked grave 70 feet from here, so we'll try and find that whether or not we can. He was working with the Egyptologist Joseph Bomi to create this time machine. Basically, a lot of people say at the top here there's hieroglyphics that point out its origins of being a time machine. I don't know if you can see up there, just here, there's like a glass orb, and the doors are made of bronze, and there is no key to get in anymore. It could be that some of the papyrus that's up there are decoded to be dealt with time travel, because papyrus apparently is linked to that. One last thing, that Hannah Courtois was not her real name, and she used it for convenience because she was a mistress of one of the people that was involved because she was funding it. So it's got a lot of shifty goings-ons and things. So yeah, go research it yourself. It's incredibly fascinating, and look how much it stands out around here. I mean, all the other graves are just the usual. There's a lot of crosses, a lot of usual headstones, but then you have right here in the middle of all of it this giant tomb. So as we were just speaking about Joseph Bomi, we were just asking him to tell us where his grave is because this place is huge, and it said 70 feet away from that he was buried, and we were like, in which direction exactly?
I don't think there's 70, but
I don't think it is.
a lot nearer. But,
So here we have his grave and the plot of his family. And on the bottom, I'm going to walk through these brambly bits in a minute so you can see. There's an Anubis on the bottom, as he was an Egyptologist. Let's see if I can get there. Excuse me, people. Excuse me. It's on the bottom there. Just there. So that's his family plot of the man who was responsible for building this huge tomb that we see here. That was destined to be a time machine. Or was it not? Who knows? We don't. If we don't ever come back and I never edit this, we've been sucked up inside the time machine and gone back to some other time and place. And John Jackson's awesome grave. The sleeping lion. Amazing. And quite possibly one of the most famous, notable graves is of Emmeline Picnic. And she is known as one of the women suffragettes. And there's still fresh flowers being put on her grave, which is lovely. Sunbathing crow. It looks like it's part of the gravestone. Ain't you? And there's actually loads of them all hanging out behind, all doing the same thing. Look at them. Okay, so that is the conclusion for our amazing day out at Brompton Cemetery. We've still not seen many corners. The war graves, didn't see those yet. But as a conclusion, there are many crows hanging out sunbathing on these graves. So if you could see behind me here, well, he's just chilling with his mouth open like eh. And there's tons on the graves over there. It's quite unnerving to start with when you're walking down here and there's tons of crows covering all the graves. They're just chilling. Chilling. Or not, because it's sunny. But that aside, thanks for coming with us. Hope you enjoyed it. Goodbye, bye.